You're 20, is it 23?
24.
24. Your teachers never saw this?
What? They never probably saw me being successful. Before it was me being an asshole, class clown. Oh yeah.
What kind of things do they say? Because I know a lot of young kids, they grow up and they're told things about, you know, oh, you're never gonna make it. Were you told anything that deterred your ambition growing up as a youngster?
I was too smart. I was smart, but I did a lot of bad decisions. You feel what I'm saying? And it was more so like some of my teachers just didn't like me because I had the aspect of getting a lot of people's attention, and people would like be drawn to me and be like, okay, whatever he do, I'm gonna do.
As opposed to the teacher?
Yeah, opposed to the teacher. So it's been multiple times where I took over the teacher class where it was just, I just took over. Where they had to kick me out the class, you know what I'm saying? So, but I remember one time I was locked up, and one of the captains came to me, he was like, you look like one of them street punks that gonna be locked up for about 30 years. And I was looking at him like, who are you to tell somebody they gonna be locked up for 30 years? You know what I'm saying? I was like, matter of fact, get out of my cell. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just get out of here. You feel what I'm saying? But from that telling me, I was just like, oh, by even you being behind closed doors and locked down at your weakest moment, and he was black.
I was gonna ask what color was
he? He was black. For him to say that to me, it was like the racial thing went all the way out the window with me. And I'm like, that was probably the most racist thing somebody have ever said to me. You know what I'm saying? That came from a black person. You know what I'm saying?
What's your? Are you still? Both your parents still together?
My daddy died in 2013. They've been divorced since about 6. That was about 6.
How did you overcome that type of tragedy? That must be hard as a young man.
Yeah, you know, but my daddy was old, so you know what I'm saying, he's severe with Alzheimer's, and coming from my daddy was one in my life, like when I was like 15, 16, up to like 21, you know what I'm saying, but it wasn't his fault about not him being in my life, you know what I'm saying, It was his disease what made it like that. So it was just a moment in time that I knew it was coming, you know what I'm saying, then when it happened, I already was like prepared for it, but it hit. But once it hit, I was still prepared for it. You know what I'm saying? So, I've been getting it since I was 13. Of out here in the streets of hustling. So, it really wasn't nothing for me to continue doing what I was doing.
I've always wondered when I hear about people from 12, 13 getting into the streets. I keep thinking, what happens at 12 or 13 that nearly?
See, I jumped off the porch. I just wasn't selling crack at 13. I started shooting dice at the age of 12. You know what I'm saying? I started shooting dice at the age of 12, and I was just out there in the neighborhood with the big dogs. You know what I'm saying? Shooting dice, 13, 14. You know what I mean? And I started selling weed at 15, started selling crack at 17. You know what I'm saying? So I started elevating in the streets. Once you're in the streets, you either gonna do that, or you elevate, or you're gonna find out something that you do.